Hello students, this is my fourth video on the topic consumers equilibrium. Today I am going to discuss about consumers equilibrium using indifference curve approach. This indifference curve approach has abandoned the concept of cardinal utility and has adopted the concept of ordinal utility. Cardinal utility means utility measured in terms of cardinal numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, etc. On the other hand, ordinal utility concept merely requires the arrangement of goods in order of preference, that is, a combination that gives more satisfaction and a combination that gives lesser satisfaction. Now, before coming to the main topic, that is attainment of consumers equilibrium, I am going to explain two terms. Number one, indifference curve, and number two, budget line. Students, indifference curve is a curve showing various combinations of two goods giving equal level of satisfaction to the consumer, and the consumer is indifferent between these combinations. The definition can be explained with the help of an example. See, this is a schedule which is showing various combinations of two goods X and Y. It is assumed that all the combinations are giving same level of satisfaction, because if the consumption of one good is increasing, the consumption of other good is decreasing. Here, when the consumer consumes first combination, he is taking 1 unit of good X and 10 units of good Y. And in second combination, when he is consuming 2 units of good X, his consumption of good Y is decreased from 10 units to 7 units. In both the cases, his level of satisfaction is same, because when consumption of X is increased, consumption of Y is decreased. And this continues to happen in case of all other combinations. This diagram is the diagrammatic presentation of the schedule. You can see good X on X-axis and good Y on Y-axis. Students, it is not essential that you use the example of good X and Y only. It can be apple, orange, banana, or any other name. In the diagram, all the four combinations A, B, C and D are shown, and by joining all these points, we get a curve that is termed as indifference curve. Students, remember one important point, that the indifference curve is also known as iso-utility curve. I think now you have understood the concept or definition of indifference curve. That is, it is a curve showing various combinations of two goods which give equal level or amount of satisfaction to the consumer. It means on one IC, at all the points, amount of satisfaction is same. For different levels of satisfaction, different indifference curves are drawn. See, in this diagram, there are three indifference curves, IC1, IC2 and IC3. All of them, in terms of level of satisfaction, are different from one another. It means the satisfaction level on IC1 is different from IC2 and IC3, and in the same way, satisfaction on IC2 is different from IC1 and IC3, and so on. Now, how is the level of satisfaction different? We will discuss it in our next topic. Now, the diagram which shows more than one indifference curve is termed as indifference map. Thus, indifference map is a group or a set of indifference curves, each one of which represents a given level of satisfaction. Now I'll tell you something more about indifference curve. Indifference curve has four main properties. Number one, an indifference curve is a downward sloping curve. Downward slope means it has a negative slope. It goes in downward direction from left to right. This is based on the assumption that the consumer consumes more of one commodity, he must consume less of the other commodity. Then only he will have the same level of satisfaction from different combinations of the two commodities. This follows from the assumption of non-satiety, which means the consumer never reaches the point of saturation in case of any one commodity. That is why he always prefers a larger amount over a smaller amount of the commodity. Here, point of saturation means the point where the satisfaction level of the consumer is maximum and he does not want to consume any more. But in case of indifference curve, the consumer is not attaining that point where his satisfaction level is maximum and he does not want to consume any more. This figure shows that when the consumer moves from combination A to combination B on the given indifference curve, he consumes one more unit of X but 3 units less of Y, so as to get same level of satisfaction from both the combinations. This makes it clear that the indifference curve must be negatively sloped.